Okay, so today, the question that I'm asking is basically what's next. And I'm kind of looking at more of a global sort of thing, but what is coming now? So, are we looking at more disease and division? Are we looking at fucking peace and love? Oh, geez. Well, it wasn't really on the camera, but this just flew out of the deck. I haven't completely shuffled these yet, but as I was saying that, we get the reverse tower. So I'll talk about this briefly before I put it back into the deck and continue to shuffle. But the tower, this is the way I describe this card. The tower is like getting fired from a job that you hate, right? So the tower itself is this prison, and here the prison gets like forcibly blown up, right? And once that happens, you're free to walk away from the prison. When the tower gets reversed, this is trying to get the job that you got fired from that you hated, trying to get that job back. So it's like the thing that held you back gets forcibly taken away, but you live your life as though the walls were still there. So, because it just flew out before I was really done shuffling, put that back into the deck and just say that it is noted. And let's see what we get. Random word, rhubarb, number 22. Boop. Okay. Our root card, I'm going to move this light because that glare is pissing me off. Okay. So we get a reverse 6 of Wands as a root card, and this is basically feeling like you've done a lot of work, a lot of transformation work, and just nobody cares. If it were this way, this would be being recognized for all of the things that you've done, all of the work that you've done in your cocoon. And when you come out, you know, it's like recognition for all of that. But as it is reversed, it's feeling like you've really done a lot of transformation work, but nobody cares. Okay. Reversed Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups is like you and a bunch of people that you're connected to going through a common trial. Here, all three of these people get swallowed by the fish, but together they work their way out. And then they're celebrating. There's like a common thing that binds them together. In this case, it was getting swallowed by the fish. And this is like the emotional sort of celebration in getting through a common trial. This is when the fish wins. So everyone gets swallowed by the fish. Now it's you and the people that you're connected to because the cups cards are emotional. This is like an emotional defeat, right? And everyone is kind of, getting swallowed by the fish. It's losing to the common trial. So we'll see what leads up to it, and we'll see where it goes. Interesting. Huh. All right. So leading up to it is a King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups, the essence of the King of Cups is basically not giving emotional energy to anything that drains you. The King of Cups is the master of not being vampired upon. They only give their emotional energy to things that replenish them, and because of that, they're very emotionally fulfilled, and therefore they're very awesome. Everyone in the kingdom of the King of Cups lives a better life because they live in the kingdom of this really fulfilled, awesome person. Now, from a place of feeling very satisfied and controlling emotional energy, and I'm guessing this would be more on an individual level, here there is this time when everybody gets swallowed by the fish. So the King of Cups kind of has all of his shit down, but then everyone around him gets dragged down by this common trial. So that's kind of a bummer, because even when you have your emotional life sort of squared away, there's this wave that goes through everyone that kind of drags downward. Now, eventually, that moves into a Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is patience and love and care given to the things that we're trying to grow, given to our creative projects, and our relationships, that are genuine expressions of who we are. So, the good thing about this is this reverse Three of Cups looks like a temporary condition, when everything around is pretty okay. So as far as what is coming, this would say a shared sadness, um, but it looks like it's sort of a temporary bump in the road. It's not eternal, and it's also not a major arcana card, so it shouldn't be that huge and it wouldn't last that long. Now we'll put a card on the top to see like what eventually comes out of this. We get the Star. The Star is the great cleansing energy. The Star is basically like having a prayer answered, and things work out the way that you want them to. The Star is when your desire harmonizes with the universe around you and everything works out. So this is basically saying that in order to get to the place where things work out the way that we want, we have to go through this emotional drag. And it really is just shared sadness from everyone getting kind of fucked with at the same time. And the Three of Cups energy specifically comes through our connections with other people. So, with this, if you find yourself going through this like a depression and you don't necessarily know where it's coming from, it's probably not necessarily your energy. It's more like a collective energy of everyone that you are connected to. And it is also temporary. Somehow we've got to go through this emotional drag in order to get to the place, in this case, where we can really focus on our own creations. And maybe this is just about bringing our attention back to ourselves somehow. With the Root card here, this is interesting when we look at this and the Three of Wands, because the Six of Wands reversed, the Six of Wands is all about recognition of who we are and how we are uniquely awesome, right? And this is getting none of that recognition. But in the Three of Wands, this person isn't trying to get recognition from anything else. They are giving that recognition to essentially their children and to their creations, right? So, whatever our creator is, this would be like our creator just nurturing and loving us. But this would be us giving that energy, that same exact energy, to whatever it is that we're creating. So it doesn't have anything to do with recognition coming from other people. It is very much us being the creator, nurturing and loving that which we are creating. And it looks like that brings the gateway to harmonizing with the universe around us and the star energy. This is when our Creator would actually bless us with whatever it is that we truly desire. Um, and however you feel about the Creator energy, it doesn't necessarily matter except for what it is that you are creating, right? Like in the three. So what comes next? I mean, this is kind of mixed, because it does show an emotional drag, and it does show the fact that maybe we are not about to get the recognition that we're looking for from other people, but it also kind of says fuck it, because that's not where it's at. The key is in the three, and it's giving recognition to your creations and love and patience. But if you do end up going through this horrible emotional thing, I mean, try to remember that it's not all yours, and a lot of it is coming from around you, and sometimes that can help to deal with it. But that's what we get here. If you do have any suggestions for readings or any comments on this, feel free to leave a comment, and peace.